Hello, hello. Hey, Doug. Hey, lurkers. Hey, 9 dimes. Sorry, I'm a little late starting. I was getting an NFL draft update. Hey, Ringmaster Ray. Yeah, my team's the Eagles. So we got the top cornerback of the draft yesterday, and then today we traded up and got another corner. So I think we're covered on corners now. As long as they both work out. Because you never know. Hopefully we'll get a few more folks up in here. So tonight's not going to be any kind of a set topic, it's just an open topic. We can talk about whatever. And finally get through some more of the rolls from that penny box. I grabbed out 4. I don't know if I'll get through all of them or not, but we'll see. Hopefully I get something good. Let's try and pop these things out so I can reuse the tubes. Because my particular bank won't take them back unless they're in tubes. Yeah, get out. But sometimes they're in here so tight, they just don't want to come out. But I'll get it eventually. Oh, there they go. Near. Alright, let's see. Anything interesting? So, as always, I'm just going to go for looking for basics. Anything that looks uncirculated, like, say, that one. I set those aside, have a closer look at them, see what they actually are. Of course, I look for, like, you know, Wheaties and 09s and all that fun stuff. Never got an Indian yet. And then, of course, as I go back through them, I'll look for, you know, the important varieties and errors and any of the big dates. Nope, I have never submitted a coin for grading. I've thought about it a couple of times, but because I don't really collect graded coins, I prefer raw coins. Out of my entire collection, I only have one coin that's graded, and it's the 2019 Kennedy $half rocket ship special proof like release. Like, that's a 98, so when I go back there, I'll look for the close AM on that one. Or the white AM. White AM. 92 is close. They don't want them rolled? See, that's weird. Different banks in different places, different policies. I'm through Chase, and Chase won't take them if they're not rolled. So I either have to roll them to get all my money back, or I have to go to a Coinstar and lose the Coinstar fee, which I don't like doing. I see that as money that I don't need to spend if I don't have to. I like saving money anywhere I can. Now, if I ever found like a, like a 69 double die, the 69S double die, yeah, I would submit that. Because that's where you're getting into coins that, they're going to do far better at auction if it's graded. What I've noticed you don't really find in rolls anymore is the 17Ps. And even getting those rolls has gotten a lot tougher. I'm sure you guys remember those. Big craze for 2017 when they put the payment mark on the penny, and it'd be the only time they ever do it. Because by the time the next big enough anniversary rolls around to do it, I'm sure we're not going to have pennies anymore. I doubt we'll even have cash anymore. Sometimes I'm surprised even now we still have cash. I'm also not one of those people that goes through and weighs every coin. That is a level of dedication I do not have. I mean, I don't use cash on my day-to-day, but if they quit making cash completely, it also means no more new coins. And once one place does it, that's going to spread like wildfire, so it's not going to be too long after that you're going to, end up with no coins anywhere. Nobody's going to be putting anything out new. You're free to look at dimes. I don't really do dimes a lot just because there's not a lot to look for other than, if you're trying to put together a basic collection. Right, next roll. You know, the odds of finding a silver dime are really, really small. And even nowadays, like, you know, the one bit that really still had the chance of finding silver in it was the $half, but you know, and YouTube is partially responsible for this, for, you know, people doing the $half hunts and finding the silver Kennedys, and occasionally even like the Franklins and stuff. People started, you know, they saw that and then they started just hitting them hard. And, you know, it only took a matter of years. And most of what was still out there got pillaged. 1942 over 1. Nice. I found one silver dime in a box back in, God, that must have been like 2019. I've gotten a couple out of Coinstars, and I've found one on the ground in a parking lot. That's about it. I've never found a proof dime in a box. That's another thing with $half is the most, if you want the best chance of finding a proof coin, $half boxes. Maybe on occasion, like, you know, if you got $1,000 that you can have tied up in a box, then if you do like the dollar coin boxes, you might find some proofs. But, you know, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters. Oh, that one just ripped. So that one can just come out then. You know, although you really don't find proofs in boxes. Very, very, very rarely you might find a penny proof. I've only seen it ever happen a couple of times. Even wheats are starting to get really thin. Back in the day when I first started doing penny boxes, I probably got, on a guess, I probably got like 30 wheats per box. Yeah, it's a bit corroded. Nowadays, it's like, you know, maybe 5 to 10. So pretty soon we are going to hit a threshold where all the goodies are going to be gone. And only the, only the truly dedicated will continue with coin roll hunting. Hey, Jags. Because at that point, it's pretty much just going to be, you know, looking for the latest year, whatever, trying to pick out the pretty ones. You're in for another graveyard shift? I'm a graveyarder. That's my preferred time. I am a night owl. I've been a night owl since I was a kid. She used to drive my parents nuts. Hey, Moose. No, I don't wear gloves for coin searching. I mean, look at that coin. Is me touching that coin going to hurt that coin? No. It's already got the brown, so it's already, anything my hand could do to it is already protected by that brown layer. When I do get the ones that are really shiny like that one, I just touch it by the rims. People get too carried away with the whole, oh, wear gloves all the time. No, you don't need to wear gloves all the time. Any penny that's already brown, the oils from your skin are not going to hurt it. It is not going to make it any more brown. Now, when you get the shiny ones, sure. If you want to wear gloves for those, wear gloves for those. Or you can just make sure you only touch the rims. Hey, don't discount the shiny ones just because they happen to be Zinkadins. People put way too much stock in what metal a coin is made out of. You know, I promise you, there are copper-plated zinc pennies out there that are worth a lot of money. Go look at a price guide sometime. It's stuff that's from 2,000 and up for pennies, and look at the values as you start getting into some of the more higher grades. Yeah, focus. Focus. Come on. God, the autofocus on this camera is terrible. Yeah, but like I said, you know, I find it weird because I know some of you guys have said you have places that will take you for the copper weight. I don't get that. I don't understand why they do that. Because they're not actually pure copper. They're bronze. And the amount of money and energy that would have to be invested to separate the actual pure copper out of that metal is going to cost them more than it's worth. If you live in an area where that survived, like the 43S, do not like it. Where huh? Not sure what you're saying, Doug. Yeah, I always tell people, like, yeah, if you want to stack copper, fine, stack copper, but stack pure copper, not bronze. Get like pure copper rounds. Look for scrap copper from like electronics or whatever. Get the pure stuff. Ooh, Ring of Death. Next one. But the ones that you want, if you're going, you know, when you get to the modern coins, when you get from 83 up, or even, you know, the zinc half of 82, you want the ones that are still in, like, you know, uncirculated condition, or at least AUs, because as long as the copper on the outside hasn't been punctured, the zinc inside the penny is going to be fine. It's once a single scratch or ding penetrates that copper, now that coin is doomed. Because no matter what, even just the slight bit of moisture from the atmosphere is going to be enough that it's going to destroy it. Oh yeah, because those are zinc-plated steel. And even once the zinc is gone, and you know, then now you got the steel starting to rust. You know, and then of course half of those have been destroyed by people doing the replating, which, you know, that's just coin damage. You want to make money off replated zincs or replated steel pennies? Save up enough of them that you can melt them down and forge them into like a blade or something. Oh no, you can collect off-center zinc cents. Because most of the time it's either going to be, you know, it managed to strike it without puncturing the outer copper shell, or it's already going to be graded and in a slab protected. A lot of the time, yeah, but like I said, as long as they're, you know, already in a slab, or they get put into an airtight or something like right away, then you may have caught it quick enough that it's not going to continue to, you know, to just deteriorate. It's getting it out of the elements is the important thing. You know, and all of these, you know, even the 22s and the 23s and the 24s and all that, if I find ones that are still basically uncirculated, I hang on to them because, you know, maybe right now nobody cares about them, but, you know, when it's 40 years down the road, people will care about them. Because now they're, you know, 40-plus-year-old coins that are BU rolls. Still hoping for that 83 double die at some point. That's Angela's main bucket coin. If I can't find one eventually someday when I have a lot of money, I'll finally just buy her one. Find one that's for sale. Yeah, like I said, don't get too hung up on, at least by my advice, don't get too hung up on the metal that a coin is made out of. Don't judge its value just based on that. It aggravates me enough, the old timers, that, you know, pretty much anything made after 64 when it wasn't 90% silver anymore, they don't care about it. They think it's all junk. Because it's not made out of silver anymore. And then there are those certain people that, you know, even once they started doing the new silver proofs, they still see the coins as being junk. The only value they see in them is the silver. And I just think, I don't know, I think that's a really negative way to look at it. But I'm one of those collectors that, well, yeah, they're useful for getting deals from, for sure, but I'm one of those collectors that I respect all coins. I don't care if it's made out of gold, platinum, or ceramic. I don't care. I respect all coins. Heck, look at those Transnistria ones that are made out of plastic. You know, and as collectors, that's the way all of us should be. We should all, even if it's not what we collect, respect the fact that there are other people out there that collect them. So, you know, even if it is the copper-plated zinc years, and you find really nice ones, try and keep them really nice, because somebody out there is going to want it eventually. Hey, Ramon. Get out of there. It reminds me of what the late Ken Peavy used to say. You know, that none of us, there's not a single person out there that owns coins. We are just temporary caretakers. Because eventually, someday, we're going to die. And then all the coins that we have are going to go to somebody else. And it's going to happen again and again and again and again down throughout the ages. So we're just temporary caretakers of the coins. So we should do our best to take good care of them. Some people collect dinosaur poop. Hey, a lot of valuable science can be learned from dinosaur poop. Don't be dissing the poop. You know, and that's the case with anything that you collect. If you collect sports cards, if you collect comic books, you know, anything. My wife's got a couple of customers that come in and religiously to grab all of the newest release of the Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars. You know, these are guys that have almost every single one that's ever been made. You know, regardless what it is that you collect, you're just a temporary caretaker of that collection. So take good care of it. You know, something my wife never talks about on camera, but she collects Tigger, the Winnie the Pooh character, Tigger. That's her favorite cartoon character, and she's got a gigantic collection of Tigger stuff. And she takes really good care of it. She's very, very big on making sure that none of it gets hurt. And on a bit more somber note, that's also something that, you know, we do think about often is, you know, unfortunately we were never privileged to have kids. Things like concave. So, you know, what's going to happen to all of our coins and everything once we pass on? You know, we don't have any kids. We're not really close with any of our family. So, probably just going to have to leave it in our will to I don't know, a museum or something. I don't know. Unless we, you know, I guess we could end up with a friend down the road that has kids that we end up really close to. Close enough that we consider, you know, leaving something in our will to them. You know, or if Cheapskate Coins ever gets big enough to actually turn it into a legit licensed business. You know, maybe someday I'll end up with an employee that's dedicated enough and we end up close enough too that maybe I'll leave it to them. I don't know. I'll worry about that when I'm closer to death. But I do realize that I am the temporary owner of any of the coins that I have. Like I said, let us get closer to death first. Then we'll worry about it more. You know, because obviously, as happens with any married couple, you know, whichever one of us dies first, everything goes to the other one. And then it's up for that one to figure out where everything else goes. Yeah, unfortunately, I had to resell all those again. Stinking inflation. Something that Angela and I were just talking about recently is like, you know, I get numbers up doing better for Cheapskate Coins, and then like she'll get, you know, she got a promotion and it didn't come with a very good raise, but she got a little promotion. Unfortunately, inflation is outpacing the speed at which we are increasing our income, as always tends to happen. So we can never get ahead, and I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate. So, all right, that was 4 rolls. Had to sell yours too. You still got a box sitting here too. Don't forget about that. I think. I'm pretty sure you still have a box sitting here. Yeah. Waiting for you to put some old stuffs in it. Yeah, I'm going to bring up something real quick. Now that I'm through the few rolls that I had pulled out. Browser. All right, you guys are seeing the browser now, right? Pennies, modern Lincolns. I mean, we'll even start on the up to 65. Ooh, too fast. Oh, those are wheats. I'm on the wrong one. Okay, that's still wheats, but I think, yeah, okay, now we're going into the rest of the years. All right, 1982, where it switched to copper-plated zinc. You know, obviously you got your varieties that are worth much more, but you know, 1984, Mint State 65, $10. Get up to the, you know, the 09s. All of them in reds are worth, you know, $10 or more. At 65s, you got your 17, which they never put P on there. That should say 17P. But you even get up 2023s. $8.40 for 65s. Now, if you go to the top grades, you know, 67 is really kind of that sweet spot where it really starts to jump. Let's get down. Ooh, too far. Come on, finish loading. Reload. You know, you pick pretty much any random date. You know, 1991 red. You hit a Mint State 68, $250. Highest grade, you know, that's the highest grade currently known. You get a 91 red that you hit a 69, sky is the limit on that coin because you have the only one. Because this is on Numis Media, this is based on all grading companies, what they have graded. So if there's no 69, that means no company has graded a 69. You know, look at some of these prices. You know, the prices are all in the reds. 375, 375, 630, 450. You know, even to the 67s, or Mint State 67s. You know, these are 2000, 2006, $20, $30, $50, $60. 2007 D, if you get a 67. 60 bucks. Let's go down some more. Lincoln's. Mint State 67, 218 bucks. Mint State 68 for the Professional Life 2009 Philadelphia Red, 1,750. Obviously, they haven't caught up down here yet because there haven't been enough auction records to be able to figure it out. You know, Mint State 67 for a 2020, 3,750. Don't get so hung up on what they're made out of. Had to sell the 1885 Carson City Mint State 65. Ouch. You know, I used to be able to get the mint rolls of the 09s like all the time, and now I cannot get them anymore. Rarely can I ever get a hold of them anymore. Keep postponing getting more organizing supplies. Oh, dude, I'm the same way. I would so much rather spend money on the coins than the supplies. Absolutely. Speaking of, I will have Tuesday's list out as usual, either tomorrow or Sunday. I've just got to put it together. I have all the lots together, but I haven't started the list. And I got to figure out, the last thing I have to figure out is what banknotes I'm going to put in there. I want to do the not gelds, but I got to do the research on them to figure out the prices for them, because not gelds are, you know, they're better. So they're going to have a bit higher premiums on them. But definitely some cool stuff coming this week. Surprisingly, this year so far, it hasn't. I have not had to raise any more toner lots. Not yet. That big pile of the toners that you got, that was actually from my collection. I just emptied the book and threw them in there. You know, like, here's some examples of what's going to be in next week. Hey, Dandy Dave. These are all 1950 AD BU rolls. So there's going to be 6 of those in Tuesday's sale. I'll give you a little sneaker on these. Ooh, check that out. Wow. Full rolls. BU Reds. I just knocked something down. 1 second. Get back here. Yeah, I finally got that big order in that I was waiting on. And those were part of it. Got some Seed of Liberty stuff coming this week. Got a few Seed of Liberty dimes. I got a Seed of Liberty half dime. Got a nickel 3 center. You guys want to see something cool? 1881 nickel 3 center. That's going to be in this week's. So, some very cool stuff. So here's the half dime. So 1842, 118,000 minted, or 815,000 minted. 750 survival in all grades for that coin. That's coming up this week. For folks who like the graded stuff, that'll be in this week. So yeah, just some examples. A few little examples of what's going to be in this week. But I'll have that list out, like I said, either tomorrow or Sunday, as usual. So, alrighty, that does it for my short stream for this week. I'm going to get out of here. Everybody thanks for coming and hanging out. I got some work I got to get done. And then I will see you guys on Tuesday. And for when I get to episode 8 of this show, I'll have an actual a full topic set up again. So I'd like to say it'll be next week, but honestly, right now, this show has been running every other week, so probably a good chance it's going to be in 2 weeks. You have, sir. You have been one of our guys for quite a while. And yet still, you will not drive 4 hours to come down here and actually hang out with us. Punk. I'm just kidding. Sort of. Oh, I forgot one thing. I wanted to get your guys' opinion on something. I've been looking at this thing. What do you guys think? Damage or a really, really weird... like off strike or something? What do you guys think? Or like a strike through? Because the other side is, there's nothing wrong with the other side. So whatever happened to it, well, I mean, there's a little bit, but, you know, primarily whatever happened to it only happened to that side. So what do you guys think? Yeah, the design of the 5 is there. The top of that 5 is there. Hey, Doug, if you want it, make me an offer on it. Yeah, I don't know. I've been thinking about taking it to Rick and see what he thinks. But he's going to be closed next week, so I'd have to wait until the following week. He's going to be out of town next week. I'd say wait until I can show it to Rick, Doug. Don't waste your money if there's no need. Let me find out what's actually going on with it. Let me bring it up higher so you can see the whole. That's the whole coin. Starting bid $1,000. Are you making that starting bid, Ramon? Because I'd be happy to sell you that coin for $1,000. I need the money. I don't know. Just something I thought was interesting. Thought I'd show it to you guys. One of my mini coins that I got to get figured out. Alrighty. Have a good weekend, guys. I'm going to get out of here. And I will see you guys on Tuesday.